Hi guys, it's Bank Holiday Monday. We're at home digging the garden a little bit. We're hoping to move the rhubarb up, so Trevor is kind of clearing a space for that to go into. And it's going to go in the back there against the fence, but you can see there's a lot of roots in there. It takes quite a lot to clear the ground to get it in. And this big thorny rose at the back, we're hoping to take that all out as well. We've cut a lot of it down and it's really opened up the light that comes in across at the back. This is one thing at the back of the garden I found really interesting. I'm not sure how well you can see it. Let me poke you through this hole. But it's how the fence has it's now growing, well, the tree is around the fence. That's all inside it. It's crazy. A few weeks ago I planted some green manure and I didn't think it was going to come up, but it's suddenly burst into life. It's quite patchy where it has come up, and I've started digging it in a little bit on this side of the plot. But what did happen is the wind took a lot of it off the garden out onto this bit. This is more like the car park area, so I've picked as much of it out as I can and tossed it back onto the plot. And I've also noticed that we've got these bulbs coming up here. I'm not sure what they are yet, but it did give me the idea of planting a lot of bulbs like all the way down along this edge, which I think would be quite fun. Quite a few of the outside tomatoes are going red, which is really good, so I'm gonna pull those off now. There's also loads of these currant tomatoes. We've had hundreds and hundreds of these. I wasn't that keen on the yellow ones at first, but actually you need to let them ripen until they're almost orange and then they taste really good. They do seem to have pushed their way through the wall, and look at this one. It's growing inside. Oh, that's Trevor's bum out there. It's growing inside the cell wall of the polycarbonate. You can have a little square tomato in there. I've only had one Roma that ripened up so far, and a slug had it, but there are a couple more that I'm hoping are on the turn, so we should have some of those soon. And these are the Harbinger. We've had loads of these. These are a little bit pale. I think they could go till tomorrow. The raspberries down here are really wild, but there are quite a few in here. But what I'm finding is there's not that many nicely shaped raspberries that are quite solid like this and staying together well. Mostly like these berries that are just falling apart a little bit and not keeping their shape. A few days ago I picked a chickpea that was full and ripe and had two big peas inside it, but now look, they seem to be full of air. That must have just been like the only one that was ready. So they're still tiny inside. Okay, here's one that's a bit more solid. I can get into it. That looks more like it, but they should really all be looking like that. So I think I'm going to give them a little bit longer. You can leave them to dry on the bush, or you can pick them like this and use them as you would a fresh pea. This is my mini harvest from the allotment today. Lots of tomatoes and then a few of the raspberries. A bit shady here, but not loads. I'm not too impressed with those autumn ones.